Hey guys, how are you? It is John C. Morley here, Sir Entrepreneur, and you are tuned into IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. It's so great to be with you today on this Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. If you're new to my channel, well, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. Open up your phone with the camera app, point over to that QR code, touch the yellow lips, and you'll get my link tree in just a couple seconds to help improve the quality of your life. And there's so much great free stuff there that you can watch and digest. And thank you so much for you coming back. You're supporting me all these years. I really appreciate you being here. And you know how we start? We start on a Saturday with number one, and we roll all the way through the week, and we finish up on a Friday, which is the seventh episode of the show. And so we have lots of great stuff to share with you tonight. And I also want to thank you for coming back because you've been watching us on the replays. That's 1 a.m., 6 p.m., 2 a.m., 4 p.m., or just 9 a.m. in the morning. Whatever time works for you, I appreciate the fact that you take time to make IFYL a part of your daily life and drink this great Kool-Aid. So first of all, to the gentlemen or to the ladies out there, again, whether you're with a gentleman, whether you're with a lady, whatever type of relationship you have, same genders, what have you, we don't judge here. I want to tell you that it's really important that you make the choice today, if you haven't already, to get them something sweet, either flowers or maybe some candy, because you're going to find yourself in the doghouse. Now, we were talking before. You guys know that today is February 14, 2023, and I'm very happy because my brand new show, IFYL, on WTBQ Radio, went live today and will be live every single Tuesday at 10:05 a.m. and wrapping up at the hour at 10:58. So definitely check that out. I'm always looking for good guests to be on the radio show with me. Again, our show is not about selling. It's about bringing value to many of our great listeners out there. So when we're thinking about Valentine's Day, I know a lot of you become connected to someone because of physical attraction. That could be perfume, that could be looks, sexual appeal, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, that's not going to last very long. Maybe a couple years. And then once that appeal has died out, you know what happens? Well, you have to reinvent yourself again. What do I mean by that? Well, you have to keep bringing something new to the table. Maybe that's a new technique. Maybe it's a new story, a poem, a song, whatever it is. But you have to keep realizing that in order to keep the relationship alive, you need to keep changing it up, not just in the bedroom, but outside the bedroom as well. So you need to make sure that you are learning so you can help your partner learn. Because I got to be honest with you, the looks aren't going to keep you together forever. I'm sorry to say that. It's going to be based on you as a person. Do I want to be in the same room as you? Yes or no? Or, you might say, well, gee, that person's hot, they're attractive. That's nice, but that's going to wear off after a few years. So on Valentine's Day, this is an appropriate time to tell your partner and even any platonic friends you have that you actually care about them and you're grateful that they are in your life. And so that's what's really cool. And Valentine's Day started a very long time ago. Can anyone watching here tonight tell me, when did Valentine's Day start? When did it start? So the 8th century Galatians, Sacramentary, recorded the celebration of the feast of St. Valentine's on February 14th. The day became associated with romantic love in the 14th and the 15th centuries when notions of courtly love flourished, apparently by association with the lovebirds of early spring. So if you're saying to me, hey, John, I'm not into Valentine's Day. I'm not into hearts. I'm not into candies except for the ones, that don't melt in your hands, but only in your mouth. Maybe you are too much in a pattern of life. And we talked about structure, okay? So there was a structure that brought you and your significant other, or maybe even your platonic friends together. There was a structure. And so if you don't have a structure, excuse me, you can't build upon something. That's right. You can't build upon something if you do not have a structure. I'm being truthful with you. And so, structure, does love have a structure? Let's talk about that for a moment. Does love have a structure? Yes or no? Well, we think of it as the structure of a relationship. Um, is one partner more dominant than the other? Is one partner more submissive? Does the relationship fluctuate from being dominant to non-dominant? Is love complex? Unfortunately, yeah, it is. But there's a lot of great highs. There are some lows, but there's a lot of great highs. So there's a mix of emotions, behaviors, beliefs, associations, strong feelings, affections, protectiveness, warmth, and lots of other great stuff I could go into for hours. And so when we think about structure, we think about things like a frame made of separate members, usually thin pieces that are put together, a shell that encloses or contains its contents, a solid, a mass made with almost any other matter in space, a liquid, a braking fluid, maybe in your brakes or maybe a drink or something like that. So when somebody says to me, John, what is the structure of love? So the structure of love is really simple. It's about you as a person deciding to become genuinely interested in the other person so that you can take friendship, trust, and build upon that for which greater things can flourish. Those could be good times, good experiences, good feelings. But love is about someone that's with you through the highs and the lows. We often talk about this with friendship, right? I'll be there when you're high, I'll be there when you're low. A friend is there to pull you out when you need them. A friend is there to pat you on the back when you're doing well. But a friend is there when you have a situation. They don't say, "Oh, you know what? I think I hear my phone ringing," when they're so full of it. Structure. This is what this week is about. And I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, what the master topic is, and that is how to structure a goal. We're in series 2, which is year 2. We're in show 7, and we're in episode number 4. Remember, there are 7 episodes in one show, and we are on the 7th show of 2023. I am so excited that we are in our 2nd year. And for those of you that have been following me, yes, I have a book coming out. It's going to be out probably by the end of the year. I've been just very preoccupied with now starting a new show on AM/FM radio and just really cultivating great content for you guys. Also, my genuine food service review channel is coming out on Instagram and on YouTube. Look for that in early March because that's going to be really a kicker. So let's talk about structure. All right. If we think about, let's say, a tile floor, and many of us have tile floors, right? So how do you lay tile? All right. So laying tile is not a simple process. So you have to make sure that you have the surface prepared before you even think about laying tile. Okay. So how do you actually lay tile? Is it a matter of just washing the floor and then you're ready to go? Not quite. Before you begin, you have to make sure you have enough supplies for the job. Measure for your bathroom, living room, whatever it's going to be. You can use a tile flooring calculator for, a quick estimate. You put in the length, the inches, and the width, and in seconds you will get, yes, the actual amount of tile that you need to buy. So how do you install tile floors? Well, you cut the tile membranes to the size. You lay those membranes with one side down and mark the subfloor on the edges, okay? You spread and comb the mortar for the tile membrane. Okay, remember the membrane is going to serve as the initial structure. Okay, You then, after you've spread the comb and the mortar for the tile membrane, so again, you put that all over that thin piece of the wood that you put down, and now you have that comb which has the mortar, and you kind of trowel that all over a nice thin coat, not too thin, not too thick. And then what you do is you install the tile membrane. So first you have your flooring that goes down, and then you put your mortar down. Now, a lot of people would just start laying tile like that and say, okay, we're ready to go. But there's a lot more to laying tile now. You actually install a tile membrane, okay, and you roll the membrane out and you press it down into the thin set using like a wooden float. And you continue this in sections. Why do you do this? Because it'll lay better. And then you need to make sure to waterproof the seams using waterproof tape. So this thin membrane is going to be a nice support system for the tile. And also it is going to work with your waterproofing to keep the tile without cracking and things like that. So you create a starting point for laying the tile down. Okay. You mark the reference lines for the tile and you start by measuring two opposite walls and snapping a chalk line. Seems pretty easy, right? Okay. You test the layout for the tile installation and you see, am I on track with the size tile I have with the area? Yes, no. You have to prepare the mortar for the floor tiles. Okay. So you'll mortar those and then you'll put them down onto the thin set. Then you just start laying tile and you place them down, very easily. And every couple of tiles, you pull one up to make sure that there's full contact with the thin set. That is really important. Clean and level the tile as you go. Cut the tile as needed. Let the mortar set and have a great day. Now, there's a little more to it than that. Then you need to come back and grout the tile. So if we just said you're going to lay tile down without thin set and all this, which people used to do many years ago, they weren't really using as much of a structure. Now, we've learned why do we use thin set. So if anybody watching, why do we use thin set to lay tile? Why do you think we do this? So thin set is used to install tile over cement, cement fireboard, and an anti-fracture waterproofing membrane. That's why it's there. And it makes it possible for tile or stone to stick or to bond to the backer board. Okay, that's really important. Now, are there advantages and disadvantages of using thin set? Of course, with anything you have that. So thin set is a type of mortar made of cement, sand, and water retention agents, and is designed to specifically adhere tile to the walls, etc. So the question is, do I have to lay a membrane to lay tile? Do I have to lay a membrane to lay tile? What do you guys think? So before installing any ceramic, stone, tile, most subfloors must be properly prepared for the underlayment or the membrane to prevent transmission of movement that can result in cracked tiles or grout that slips. So do you need to do it? No, but it is a good thing to do, because if you're not 100% sure that your floor is going to be, let's say, not subject to any type of movement that could result now or in the future. So why not spend a little extra time to put down this protective layer, a good foundation. And this foundation, ladies and gentlemen, will be the basis for you enjoying many years walking on your tile. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Everything has a structure. Valentine's Day has a structure. Love has a structure, right? Do you just go, and I'm not going to get graphic here, but do you just go right in and kiss somebody? No. Right? You kind of have to feel a vibe. So there is a structure. We don't think of it as a structure, but it is a structure. You wouldn't just go in for the kiss if you didn't know that it was right. We call it taking the temperature. And so if you got too close in their personal space and they were starting to back away or they were giving you signs, that might be an indication that you should not go in for that kiss. You might get a slap or you might get a punch. So I think it's important that we read signs and that we understand there's a structure. So now that we are welcomed into that space, some people might go as far to say, hey, may I kiss you? People will do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. So I think structure is really vital for success of life. And whatever you're doing, I don't care if you're laying tile, if you're dating someone, if you're about to propose to someone, communication. I cannot stress that more than anything. Communicate. If you don't communicate, you're actually communicating that you don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you this fantastic Valentine's Day. I hope that you will take the rest of this day to treasure that special person or those people in your life that have made it special, family, friends, etc. And by doing that, they're going to be around for a long time. But just think about the fact of yourself. Do you want to be appreciated? Sure. And I bet you love it if other people on Valentine's Day would tell you that, I care about you. I worry about you. I love you, right? These are things that we say, oh, gee, they're corny. They're not. And as much as people say that we don't want to hear them, they're full of it because we do want to hear them because these phrases actually help our mental psyche. They help the structure of that, and they actually help the support system of our body. Because when our limbic system and when our mind is in a positive state, we release endorphins. Those endorphins help strengthen our body. They actually help boost our immune system. As I said to you, ladies and gentlemen, it is such a privilege. Remember to like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. And yes, share this out with everyone you know on social media. And be sure to visit my YouTube channel, John Spacey, space M-O-R-L-E-Y, space serial entrepreneur, and look for that key phrase to help keep our content free. Make the choice to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful if those pennies and dollars will invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, impactful content that I know will change your life if you really wanted to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have enjoyed spending this time with you. Go get yourself some chocolate-covered strawberries or a heart of chocolate. Give it to someone you care about. Do something sweet for that person so you can share a very special moment together and be grateful for all the hours, minutes, days, seconds, and even years that you have spent or you will spend together. Have yourself a great one, and I hope you have a very happy, healthy, wonderful, and grateful, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Valentine's Day. Thanks so much, everyone. Be well.